9 games in the NBA tonight on a Friday. We're going to go through all of them, and we start with the best team in the NBA getting lucky number 9. And they did so behind their young unicorn, their young star. Mavs in Dallas tonight. Unfortunately for Dallas, no Luka Doncic, no Kyrie Irving. But even without Luka and even without Kyrie, this team can still be a lot to deal with. Play with an early 3. Now here is that patented Cleveland ball movement. Great movement. Dallas keeping it interesting in this first quarter. Down by 2. Daniel Gafford down low. Late in the first, though, this is what we call a cavalanche. LeVert to Garland, skipping it to Niang, hitting the 3. Next possession, there is the big fella. And he was the story of the night. Second quarter, that three-point shot evolving. We saw the shooting, now the playmaking. Nice find to Niang. One of the most underrated aspects about this team as well has been Dean Wade. Wade the slam, and then on the other end, the long arm of the law of Mobley. With this Cavs team similar to that Celtics team from last season, you blink and you're down 20. And the most special thing about them, that ball just flies around to everybody. They're up big halfway through the third. He was doing some of this stuff last season, but he looks so much more comfortable in his all-around game. Mavs in cruise control in the fourth. Final touches on this one. To me, this was the shot of the night. Circus shot by Karis LeVert. Yes, it is a banged-up Mavericks team, but it is also a really good Cleveland team. And Evan Mobley, 34-10, including 14 of 21 from the field. By the way, Evan Mobley was the defensive player in the month in the East last month. They've won 9 games in a row, and every single one of the 9 wins has been by at least 10 points. They are now 30-4 on the season. They're on pace to win 73 games. And if you still, for some reason, don't believe, tune in on Wednesday when they play the Oklahoma City Thunder. That can be the game of the year. In Los Angeles tonight, LeBron James somehow making history once again. Lakers get the win over the Hawks. Full recap of this game can be found on my page, and LeBron passing MJ for most 30-point games in NBA history. Speaking of the Lakers, the new guys fitting in well so far. Shake Milton, Dorian Finney-Smith, and now the Lakers up to number 4 in the West. The Lakers are in 4th in the West. In 3rd in the West is the Houston Rockets, and they got some terrible news today as Jabari Smith Jr. out for 4 to 8 weeks with a fractured hand. By the way, these Rockets will play the Lakers on Sunday, but today they had to deal with the defending champs. Boston on the second night of a back-to-back off that impressive road win in Minnesota. Celtics without Jaylen Brown, without Al Horford. The Rockets without Jabari, Amen Thompson, Tari Eason. First quarter in this game, and the Celtics choosing a new guy every night to step up. Drew Holiday's turn tonight in the first. A 3 there, then the step back for Holiday. Very next possession, now it's Luke Kornet's turn over Alperen Şengün. I really genuinely wonder if the Celtics get together pregame in the locker room and say, hey, tonight is your night. Holiday was doing some heavy lifting in the first, now here comes Porzingis. Houston, though, keeping it close in this first half behind Jalen Green and Alperen Şengün. A minute to go in the half, Celtics up by 3, a name we haven't mentioned yet, Jason Tatum, stepping back on Şengün. He was marvelous last night in Minnesota, tonight once again. Celtics up by 7 in the third quarter. This is what you call championship effort from Derek White. He might have blocked that one, but nobody was blocking this one from Jalen Green. The Rockets had kept it close up to this point, but now Cam Whitmore, the ankle snatched. Celtics lead extending in the fourth. Luke Kornet, the unsung hero, offensive rebound and assist. And look, there's that man again, offensive rebound and assist, good night. A 23-point road win on the second night of a back-to-back without Jaylen Brown, without Al Horford. It's not going to make national headlines. It's not going to get a lot of media attention. But to me, this was the most impressive result of the night. And by the way, their next game is Sunday against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Fasten your seatbelts for that one. As far as the Thunder and Knicks were concerned tonight, that game was way too good to fit in a 10-minute video. I made a separate video all about that game. The only thing I can really say about this game is that it was one of the best games I've seen all season. About that matchup against the Celtics on Sunday, this is what Shea had to say.
Yeah, absolutely. They won, and we're trying to win. So that'll be a very, very fun basketball game.
To the defending champs, they know what it takes to win at the highest level. they've been going to the finals, and a lot of them have been going to the finals and the playoffs for a long time, so a lot of added extra motivation.
If that game tonight didn't get you fired up, first of all, check your pulse. Second of all, how about this game? Full recap of this game can also be found on my page because it was too good to talk about in just 10 minutes. Jokic 41, 18, and 9. Wemby 35 and 18. And of course, wouldn't you know it, game on the line, Nuggets down by 1. The final possession comes down to the two Titans. Wemby wins this round, but tomorrow will be the rematch and a chance for redemption for Nikola. Next up, we go to Sacramento, where the Kings have won 2 in a row doing battle with Memphis. Memphis still extremely shorthanded without Ja Morant, but we saw what they did the other night in Phoenix. Tonight, another tall task for a Memphis team that's dealing with a Sacramento team looking extra motivated. And this is the end of the floor. They've looked extra motivated. That Doug Christie defense. Final seconds of the first, there's that Doug Christie defense, a 46-point first quarter. Second quarter, they've been waiting for this young man. The 13th pick, Devin Carter, the assist. Kings up by 7, 3 minutes to go in the first half. Sabonis from outside. Memphis, though, down by 5 and keeping it close. The return of Zach Edey tonight from a concussion with the jump hook. Third quarter, Grizzlies down by 10. I absolutely love this young man. Jalen Wells single-handedly bringing them back in it. To me, his player comp is Derek White. He is awesome. 7.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Kings now down by 1 and Malik Monk the hero. 1 point Kings lead, 6 minutes to go. Keon Ellis to DeMar DeRozan. He was great. But the story of the night in Sacramento, Malik. Kings up by 7, 4:20 to go. Monk the step back, Monk the 3. And then one more for good measure. DeMar DeRozan says light that freaking beam for the third game in a row. It may have looked hopeless a week ago, but now they're only 2 games back of the play-in once again. And look at this man, Doug Christie, embracing Keon Ellis at the end of this game, a sight to see for Kings fans. They may have not won the game tonight, but Jalen Wells has officially become my pick for Rookie of the Year. He is sensational and, like I said, reminds me a lot of Derek White. Next up, we have the Wizards and Pelicans. Who would have thought a game between these two would turn into a fun matchup? If you haven't been paying attention recently, Alex Sarr is getting better and better. Block on one end, dunk on the other, and now welcome back Grand Theft Alvarado. Third quarter in this one, and more flashes of brilliance tonight from Alex Sarr. But the story in this game was not Sarr at all. It was CJ freaking McCollum. Some nights you just have it going in every which way, and tonight was CJ's night. Find the hot hand once again. I hate to use the term vintage performance, but this truly was a vintage performance. Pelicans up by 5 in the fourth, CJ again and again. 10-point lead, CJ curling, CJ hitting. He was bringing out the full bag tonight. Alex Sarr, welcome to the spin cycle. A career high night for CJ McCollum tonight with 50 freaking points. The rules for me are simple. If you get 50 points and you win the game, you are the player of the night. 10 for 16 from 3, too. After the game, a great quote from Jose Alvarado. Yeah, Grandpa 50 ball. First I was Unk, now I'm Grandpa, which is crazy. You know, we talked about Alex Sarr, who is the Rookie of the Month tonight. More steady improvement, which is what we want to see. 19, 7, and 5. Sometimes we forget that he's only 19. Magic and Raptors tonight. Magic on the road, no matter how shorthanded they are, their competitive effort never lacking. KCP with the steal and the dunk. Magic up big. Final seconds of the first. Jonathan Isaac, the N1. Tonight, though, for the Magic was about their rookie, Tristan da Silva. Da Silva having a great game, but unfortunately, my goodness, what did this team do to deserve this? Jalen Suggs leaving in a wheelchair. Prayers up for him, prayers up for the Magic. That injury stings a lot, obviously, but they just keep firing. God, I really hope Jalen Suggs is okay, but tonight, even without him, they didn't let their foot off the gas. This from Luke Scotchy, who covers the Magic. Jamal Mosley reinforced the initial report of back spasms for Suggs, but he said they'll look at him again tomorrow. He also said later in the interview that Suggs was in a lot of pain. Even without him, they still get the job done. Tristan da Silva, my other player of the night, 25 points and 5 threes. Next man up mentality. Pistons and Hornets tonight from Detroit. Life without Jaden Ivey begins for the Pistons. That means they're going to have to rely on their defense. And my goodness, what a block and what a play. That was at the end of the third quarter by Beef Stew. In the fourth quarter, Pistons up by 3. And there's Beef Stew again on defense. 5 minutes to go. Pistons up by 5 and their defense again. Forcing a takeaway and a lob for Malik Beasley. Hornets down by 3, 20 seconds to go, and here comes Detroit's defense saving the day. Pistons win, and tomorrow he is